So you find yourself in a really deep scroll. It's 2 a.m., you've gone through basically 100 reels, and you end up seeing some videos of some pretty incredible people. And at first, you might feel a little inspired, the 2 a.m. motivation kicks in. But once it gets to 100 reels, that feeling of inspiration builds into other things. Feelings of envy, feelings of jealousy, feelings of arrogance. Why don't I have this? Now, I think, personally, this is one of the biggest detriments of social media to myself. Now, I do catch myself in pretty deep scrolls at times, and I'm not proud of that. And a lot of the times, the way my feed is set up, I have a bunch of people that are trying to post videos to inspire others. Their intentions are likely positive. They want people to be inspired by their success and take action. But the way social media is set up is that it leads you to watch hundreds of these videos. And human nature just causes us to want to compare. And when that comparison is done over and over and over 100 times, it's only natural that it leads to pretty negative things. Like just yesterday, I was watching some dude on YouTube showing his transformation of his forearms over 300 days. And I felt a little jealous of that. I wanted forearms like that. When we keep watching content that leads us to feeling jealous and envy and at times arrogance, it makes us forget all the things that we already have and instead focus on chasing what we don't have, what we wish we had. When actually you look at your own life, most of you watching this video in North America are living very, very well. You're very fortunate to be in the situation that you are. Every single day you're able to get up out of a warm bed. You're able to breathe, see, walk, grab things with your hands, drink clean water, have a warm shower to step into, a family to be around, and food to eat every single day that is nourishing. And to me, to forget all those gifts that you're given is really just a terrible thing. I was given all these things by God. I don't want to forget these gifts. Ultimately, this life of mine is God's. And on multiple occasions, my life has been saved. A lot of people say that they were saved by Jesus on the cross, but for me, it goes more deeper than that in my own life. When I was 5, I nearly died as a kid. I think head almost got cracked open. Last thing I remember was I was bleeding out on a bus. And a year ago, I wanted to off myself. I wanted to commit suicide. But God said, no, you deserve to live. This life should still be here. So to me, to forget all those gifts that God gave me is really just the worst thing that I could ever do. But now the big question. How do you actually, make yourself a little more grateful and not end up being so jealous and envious of people on social media? First of all, I'm not gonna expect you to stay off social media as a whole, right? But cut down your usage. But for a lot of you, that's gonna be very difficult because it's probably a habit and likely an addiction that you built up over years. But what's really important is that you use that feeling. Don't let it just carry forward with your thumb, but actually get up and take action. Because at the end of the day, videos where people want to post their success is to make you take action. And you have to really get that in your mind. Most people see these videos, get that feeling of inspiration, get motivation, maybe even say it out loud. They don't do it. But the really important thing is just to take a little action. And it doesn't have to be anything big, Get up, go for a walk. Think about how you can move forward and what you could take from that video, their success. Most of them are filled with advice telling you what I wish I would do when I was 18, right? A bunch of those videos will pop up. And I think an analogy like this might help you understand it a little bit better, all right? So in our bodies, we have the immune system, which defends us against bacteria and stuff, right? It's our only line of defense against outside harm. But when it comes to your phone, you are essentially your own line of defense against content. Because the comparison here is that content is essentially equivalent to bacteria and you are equivalent to your immune system. You gotta know what to filter out, what to keep in, because there's good and bad bacteria. So take some time to really think about what kind of content you want to consume. What content benefits you? Just letting everything in. If our immune systems did that, we'd be dead at this point. But cutting everything out does also detriment us in some sort of way. Our gut microbiome wouldn't be as good. We can't digest as well. So really consider carefully what you want to take in, what you want to just keep out. But I think the most important thing at the end of the day is to keep God at the center of it all, right? A lot of people will say that their life just started working out when God took over. And I really do agree with that. When you just give it to God and stop worrying so much, it lets you be a little bit more free. You can take the action, you can focus on how you can better yourself, and you don't really feel lost either. You have God guiding you, you have God's direction, and there's a lot less that you have to worry about. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me here today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found something helpful and interesting from it. And I do appreciate you for watching all the way to the end. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me here today. Just stay consistent, stay disciplined, and keep on building that relationship with God, all right? Give me a kiss. Mwah.